Inshallah and Ashe, divine will's blessings to you and for you as always. And welcome to a fantastic Friday. Just doing a little check-in to see who had a new moon solar eclipse hangover. If anybody was not quite feeling it so much. I feel like I was like on a slow burn myself, not gonna lie, a little slowness there. Still kind of coming out of it. I do sleep outside, so that was very helpful to re-energize my energy body, my energetic field, and whatnot. But welcome to, again, a fantastic Friday. This is where I go live each and every Friday doing mini cowrie shell divinations. All you have to do is comment in the show notes your birth year and your month, and then I move the shells on your behalf and see what the world of spirit may or may not have to say. Sometimes spirit is on vacation too. It's kind of how I see that. So I do that as well. If you are in Small Lake City, Utah, tomorrow we're doing the Psychic Fair at Crohn's Hollow. So I will be there doing in-person cowrie shell divinations as well. I think you can sign up online or wait in line. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to flow. But either way, there is that. Now I want to do a little recalibration of last week, mostly because I recognized after I watched my video, you can even see what I was pointing at. So for those of you that are curious about how to work with me one-on-one, oh, wrong screen. Let's see. Oh, probably because I have that there. Don't mind me. There I am. There I is. And I switched this around for this specific reason. So my drop down for my one-on-ones, you can see right there at the top, it says drop down. So I do have a variety of different offerings. Mostly, I do mostly cowrie shell divinations. That's more of my prime directive. Contomely voice, these are me channeling spirit beings from another dimension that brought the poetry and the laughter and the joy to the Dagara people in Burkina Faso. I do contomble voice divinations as well. I do have a shrine where I communicate with these off-worldly beings on my house. Quantum surgery is just that. I literally move your energetic field of what disturbances are there. This takes, obviously, sometimes it's really quick, instant, sometimes not so much. Just depends on where you're at. And then reflector guidance. There's a questionnaire to where I can actually assist you. And as a reflector, there's a questionnaire, some questions to answer. You can read through this. And again, you know, if you're not ready to connect with your authentic self, reflecting your truth and amplifying, if you're ready to amplify your light, that's basically what a reflector does as a role model, a 6-2 hermit role model. That's why I like to hermit. I love my time with myself, my me-self time, and just being more empathetic on your journey and your nature. And if you're ready to reflect, connect, and transform. But there are some, a questionnaire along with an agreement that I like you to fill out, a client agreement. This is really for people who want to dive in deep. And the questionnaire is kind of lengthy, but not too out of sorts is kind of how I feel about that. So, and then I do have what I call soul support packages. This is for people who need actually more than one soul support session. Most people do a one-on-one, and then I kind of navigate if you need more than one. A lot of people don't recognize that when I give you rituals, you do have to integrate the rituals. It takes you time and space to get in the predicament you're in, and it also takes time and space to get out of the predicament you may or may not be in. So I do have those as well. And if you don't know, I do have a Shamanic Healing Academy. This actually houses all of my online offerings, Spill the Tea, and a lot more. If you want to continue working with me more one-on-one and in a group of, I call it the grimoire, the coven of other like-minded people that are into the mystic and the magical and just spirit in general, all the spirits. So there is that as well. So let me just swap this up. I think what I'm going to do, because I am hilarious, in case you didn't know that, I'm going back here. There I am. I'm going to swap that out. So cowrie shell divination is the art of divination brought to the West by Malidoma Somé. Myself, I'm certified with Malidoma. Spirit guided me to him to do divinations. I always listen to Spirit as my prime directive. That's part of my gift and my purpose. Sometimes it is, I'll just say, sometimes it can be less than entertaining, but whatever. Spirits never let me down, only when I don't listen. So again, if you would like me to move the shells on your behalf on this fantastic Friday, or just even comment how this new moon was for you. Did you like upcycle your relationship to yourself? I started drinking tea. And of course, the tea I ordered is on the East Coast with all that situation that's happening. So it's not that it's back ordered. It's just, yeah, time and space to what's happening there in Georgia in this case, or Asheville, Tennessee, and all the places really, really heartbreaking what's happening there, which brings me to the spirit of the water and the land, those water spirits and land spirits getting reorganized, basically cleansing the land of the adversities that have happened, I would say, I would even go back to the Revolutionary War. Possibly. The reason I say that is with Pluto in Capricorn. Water is a cleansing agent, an agent of getting clarity about things that may have been hidden under the surface that need to come to the surface for healing to happen. That's kind of how I see that. It's just my opinion. I'm totally cool with people that go against my grade. That's what makes life fun, is keeping us curious to question everything. So that's kind of all I have happening in my village. And again, if you want me to move the shells on your behalf, just write in the show notes, comment there, your birth year predominantly, and also the month. I kind of incorporate feng shui of the body along with the elements. They really all go together in my practice, along with astrology, numerology. It all kind of maps out your unique design. I kind of go through that when I do my one-on-one sessions. So there is that. So I do see a few people on the show. If you want me to move the shells on your behalf, I think I told a few people I would move the shells for them. So give me a minute while I search on my phone for last week's show. Turn that all the way down. It might take me a second, so just bear with me. The Dead of Silence. Let's see, 12 plays. Let's see what this is. This might take me a second. I guess I could pin these to the top, but what would the fun in that be? I wouldn't be able to scroll my own page. Okay, welcome to, there we go, 3 days ago. One more scroll here. Okay, Donna Hicks. I see you were on my live, but you lost connection. If you're still there. Okay, here we go. There's more comments. Okay, so we have Donna Hicks. And I also have Charlotte George. You're a 1977 model. The end of, oh, you're a Libra. So this is your season. And I hope you're on the show. So I'm just going to do a general read for you, Charlotte. You just wrote that you're kind of in your piece where you live. So yeah, this is for you. I could have Carla tag you in the show notes. Charlotte George, Carla, if you're listening. And you are a peace agent. Libra is all about inner peace and being diplomatic, like seeing both sides of the coin, the story, the yin and the yang. So I'm going to affirm your spirit, the magical spirit you are, the being that you've always been, shedding light, and the beings seen and unseen, your ancestors, the Wedemays, the Cantomblays, the voice of the Cantomblé, The Great Spirit, the oneness, that I may be a conduit to deliver the message of inner peace you need to receive today. And with that, I say Ashe, blessings. Grabbing you next Friday, and I'm going this way. Oh, so this tells me that you are in a place of, you're kind of sideways in your spiritual practice. You need kind of a different perspective. I would say it's like the soul's harmonic. It's an energetic center. It's an arm's length above our head. You can kind of feel there. It feels a little mushroom top-like. That's kind of like the book of life, where you can actually read your story, rewrite your story, really, with Creator. Rewrite a new chapter. So I think we need to work on that for you, because change is coming, and even your circuitry and how you connect with spirit. I would say, just when you feel like you're not connected, just say, I am connected, and be in your joy molecules, a state of peace as a Libra, because that is your energy. Whoops, I just moved your brilliance. But yeah, it's almost like you're reconciling, like, who am I? Your authentic self, like bringing that to the forefront to be in this world. And also, you may be like waking up to really speak your own spiritual truths. I say that for two reasons. There's this little party happening over here, but also we're in the season of the fall, which is also this arena in the home and the body. It's the lung, it's the large intestine. Kind of reminds me of the tiger, roaring like a tiger. But speaking your spiritual truth and really being in the flow of that. People always have opinions, but it's always nice to have our own, and just honor each other's. We're both right and we're both wrong, and that's kind of how I see that. But yeah, and you being devoted to and getting clear about what your heart wants. Who are my friends? Where do I belong in the world? Like, who's my tribe? Who's my village? So that's kind of what I'm seeing and sensing there. Being more self-led. I hope that was helpful for you. Okay. Let's see, Charlotte, you posted twice. Let's go down, scrolling down. Okay, Lucilla Cesari. Ooh, you are a New Year's baby. So your new year literally begins on the new year. January 1st, 1956. So in the Dagar cosmology, you're part of the water clan, and I would say you're a true water because you're even born in the season of winter, which is also water. I'd say the season of the rat, which is like the peak of yin water. The opposing force is fire, which would be the horse. Those two kind of clash, but they do get each other moving. One's warming and one's simmering like tea. So that's kind of how I see that. So those directions are best for you, would be the northern direction. But it's also the kidney and the bladder. I'm just kind of looking at what you wrote. So if you're tuning in, I'm going to affirm your spirit, Lucilla. I like that. Affirm the spirit you are, the magical being that resides within you. Affirm your gatekeepers, your guides, your guardians, the angels, all the beings seen and the unseen, the great spirit, the oneness, that I may be a conduit to deliver the message you need to receive today. And with that, I say Ashe, as always, blessings. All right. Well, you're in your home front. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, Charlotte was in her home front. You're in yours. But your adversity, you need to get clear about your path and your connection to spirit. For me, spirit is everywhere, whether it's in nature, a mountain spirit, a water spirit, a stone spirit, a flower, a bee. It doesn't really matter. Spirit is everywhere. Myself, this is kind of hilarious, but I remember my first time coming into this plane. I came in as a snail because I wanted to just taste and feel the vibration of the earth plane. So when I say animals, I've come into this world more as a wedame, an animal, than I have a human, which I've done both, like most of us have. However, your connection to spirit is, I want you to get clear about what that is for you. Like, make it like it's your story, not people outside of us. And you are kind of surrendering and getting clear about your path. You're protected. And again, I'm going to go back to, like, how do I identify in this world? Like, what is your purpose? You're kind of going through that change of what that is. You are not just protected, but you also do have a spirit of the water, I'll say, a water spirit that's also with you. Possibly, this feels Atlantean. The reason I say that is there's the water spirit there. There's the triangle of like a pyramid sitting here. And also, these guys are like, they are so loving you and what you're doing. Like, this is the essence of divine, pure love. But it's not just coming from the world of spirit, it's also your ancestral lineage. So something I think different is going to happen for you. And when I say different, something unexpected and something you didn't see coming. You might have a great aha moment, an epiphany. I do want you to work on having boundaries around your voice and your words. Maybe journal and just reflect with yourself so other people don't get in the way of your own manifestations. Your relationship ring is activated, but it's also in the land of change. So maybe you've got somebody new coming in, somebody going out. That new moon was all about relationships and letting go of past relationships that aren't in alignment with this. So that may also be happening for you. So those are just some guidance cues I would offer you at this time. Let's see. You need general attorney. Well, I won't go there. Elizabeth, I think I did read you. Complex relationship. Yeah, we did do that one. Okay, well, there is that. I think I hit everybody from last week that I missed. Let's see, except Donna Hicks. You would like a little mini divination. Or you can, of course, schedule private sessions. I do give rituals in my private sessions for people. And ritual is literally comes from the other world. I get downloads of what prescriptions to basically give you for the forces of adversity. So it's just looking into areas that most people don't want to look. So that's kind of part of my gift. But this is for you, Donna. Just a mini scroll, just a basic scroll. So of course, as always, I affirm your spirit for the magical being you are and always have been. I affirm the Great Spirit, the oneness, and all the beings seen and the unseen, the Wedemays, the Contemplays, the Fae, that I may be a conduit to deliver the message you need to receive today. And with that, I say Ashe. Donna. Oh, well, you are moving right to where you belong. Like, I think you're going to be a creature comfort is coming your way. A new community that's more in alignment with your spiritual truths and your practices. That's coming into alignment here. I think you're going to be seen as somebody who speaks their own truths, tells stories for the world. Like people, like the storyteller. That's kind of how I see this, is like you bringing the story to your community, your family. The ballads, it always reminds me of ballads. Like in songs, I think of The Witcher and the guy that sings the ballads. That's always what I see when I look over here at this particular display, I'll say. But big changes upon you. The beings of the other world really are in a relationship with you. They're really voicing to have more fun and more playtime, more creativity, more light, all the good things that is transforming for you. So pay attention to otherworldly beings that may come forward, a tree spirit, for example, also a water being as well. But just get on your own pathway. Don't let other people tell you what is and what isn't. And you're literally going through a cleansing of a spiritual path, like letting go of the old way and moving into something that's more in alignment. So you can see yourself like as a person that I always see this as the sun in the ninth house. It's the house of joy. And when the sun's there, it's like these people, when they speak, people listen because it is kind of the house of creator or God or whatever you want to call it. So it's that kind of energy that comes in. But either way, I see you, you're home. We just got to open the door to a new way of being. I think it's going to be very fantastic and different. You're already surrendering to the change that's upon you, but you're also, it's almost like you're getting a whole new wardrobe. This could be remodeling of the home and stuff like that. So I kind of like all of that for you. So there is that. So yeah, I think I hit everybody now. And since I don't see anybody commenting, maybe you're being shy today, which is fantastic. Maybe you've got a new moon hangover like myself. That does happen. But either way, thanks for tuning in today. If I don't get anybody commenting. And as always, I'll be back next Friday. And we'll see what's happening planetarily then. So yeah, with that, again, thanks for tuning in. Catching me live. I always appreciate that. I don't like to make these too long, but I like to make them informative, maybe have a different perspective of the world outside of us and whatnot. And again, if you're in Utah, Crohn's Hollow, I'll be there tomorrow for mini divinations at a psychic fair with a bunch of other diviners, not quite like myself. Most people read tarot cards, I'll say. I generally only work with the Fae, which I moved my deck. I guess I could pull a couple cards for the weekend. See how the weekend's going to go. So yeah, let's just do that. Okay, we're done. The cards pop out at me. Oh yeah, the mother, the bright mother. We do need to go out into nature. I think this is like the harvest to clean up and get ready for the winter. I would do an offering to the spirits of, I'm going to say an old tree, the leaves, create some kind of an ornament out of the harvest, things that are harvesting. Bring them in. I'm thinking of like squash for some reason. Squash, not so much tomatoes, but more so squash. Oh my goddess. And, you know, this is literally divine connection, like opening up to the world of spirit. Feel that heartfelt love the Creator has for each and every one of us, for sure. And this is also using our voice, our spiritual truths, especially when we don't know which ball we're juggling, and always be in integrity as well. What that feels like. Integrity is like divine alignment with yourself. It's a spiritual alignment, and just open up your heart to receive messages from spirit, divine guidance. So there's that. And this is not being afraid of the tests, the trials, and the tribulations. The Fae give us tests because they know we can pass them. And again, this is like expect the unexpected in the change and just be mindful of that. Yeah, sometimes our mind is a tool. We kind of hang on to things that have happened in the past. And when we do that, we recircle them. We get in a cosmic loop, a mental mind looping, where we hang on to things to where we recreate them again and again and again until we recognize the pattern and rewrite the script. That's basically how I see that or interpret that as well. So once again, thanks for tuning in. It is almost 3:30, and I'll see you next week live. Ashe, blessings. I'll see you on the other side.